it just takes too much energy. Like, honestly, I'll just say this. Not every woman deserves to have sex with me. And I feel that when I have sex with a woman who doesn't. So it's like, I don't feel good giving you something that you don't necessarily deserve. And that's from my perspective. I get to decide who deserves to connect with me.
So I have a lot of tools, resources, and strategies for how to manage when he's on a date. And as far as meeting someone he's dating, yeah, like now I'm no longer in the scarcity mentality and I'm more secure in our relationship. It's more like, if I'm meeting her, how would she be? Because I think another thing to understand is, like, some women are monogamous and they want their partner to be monogamous, and they're trying to steal, quote unquote, him from another woman. So, you know, being aware of that. Yeah, being aware of that. Also, like, if we just don't get along, there's also that option. So, like, we haven't been in a situation where I'm going to meet someone he's dating. I would prefer meeting them if she's going to be in my home, because my home is my safe place, and if I have to worry about this interaction, that just makes it uncomfortable for me. And I would rather meet in neutral territory where it can be a short hi and bye type of thing, just generally getting to know who you are as a person. But we've also discussed, like, if someone is coming over, she goes through the back door, because my room is by the front. You checking to make sure I'm not in the kitchen or in the bathroom before she comes out of your room, stuff like that. And we haven't gotten to a place where you're, like, chilling in the living room with whoever you're dating.
One day, hopefully, you know, because, like, I don't know if I talked about it before, but, like, I'm not really into doing anything casual. Very much, I don't know the time. Like, if this isn't gonna be like an actual relationship, committed relationship with another partner, another woman, then I'm probably not gonna engage in it at all, because I'm not really pressed to have sex right now with somebody else. You know, I would rather handle that myself, or have a connection with you. So, like, the high sex drive has been tamed by the fact that it just takes too much energy. Like, honestly, I'll just say this. Not every woman deserves to have sex with me. And I feel that when I have sex with a woman who doesn't. So it's like, I don't feel good giving you something that you don't necessarily deserve. And that's from my perspective. I get to decide who deserves to connect with me. Get this dick, for real. You know, I'm over here trying to be all polite. Right. Get this dick, you know what I mean? Like, I already know what I got, what I'm packing with, what I do, how I execute, you know what I mean? Not only do I got the ocean, the motion in the ocean. The motion in the ocean. But I also got the motherfucking boat. You know what I mean? So we
and
both.
You focus on the pleasuring of her.
And I like pleasing the woman. So again, yeah, if I don't feel like the woman deserves me going all in and pleasing her, I don't want to do it. Because then I'm like half-assed really having the sexual experience that I want. I want to feel like, oh, you deserve as much pleasure as possible, and I'm trying to give you as much pleasure as possible when we're having that experience. So yeah, unless it's somebody who really deserves it, and I feel like it's, and this goes for anything. I don't care how bad you are, your personality. If you're not the vibe, we not vibing, we not fucking. Pretty much. I don't care how fine you are. Amara La Negra, Halle Berry, all of them. Even Mendes.
So, before we move on to the next question, I do want to say that meeting Oso's partners is going to be an ongoing journey for me, just because I haven't had that much experience. So there is a lot of resources on meeting your metamors. Metamor is a term for your partner's partner in polyamory. And then like when you're actually in a committed relationship with someone, that's going to be another thing. If you all want to live together, that's going to be another thing. Her co-parenting with our children is going to be another thing. So there's levels to this journey, and we have no idea where it's going to go. So, you know, you'll probably stay tuned, subscribe to It's a Real Podcast. You get to see all of it. So
because we're gonna obviously we're not gonna say names like how we did in this episode. And we probably gonna have to figure out like fake names.
Yeah, we will.
Because that just makes it a little bit easier.
You know how to follow through. Yeah.
We over here talking about it, and it's like a little abstract. It's a little hard to really get the concepts. So we'll come up with fake names for next time. But yeah, this is the journey, y'all. Thank you for joining us so far.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Okay. So our last question. All right. So in talking about how we will grow, I'm interested in how we've grown in polyamory.
Heads. Boom.
Cool. So how have you grown within polyamory in these last 3 years?
I think I can handle my emotions better. I know like how to navigate things. When we were talking about what do I do when you're on a date or something else like that, I always have go-to things that I can do that fill me up. That
you didn't answer.
Answer now.
Okay, go ahead.
Things that fill me up that are outside of her or anyone. You know, I have my own thing. Like I am a complete whole ass person outside of any relationship that I'm in. So I don't have to necessarily rely on those relationships to feed me. And when I don't have access to those people, I go inward, you know, and I find within myself what would bring me joy. And I extend that outward, which is why I think I attract most of the time good people and people with good vibrations, because I've done internal work and my internal light shines out. So it attracts other people of like mind and like. Interesting. Didn't think I would say that. But y'all get the gist of what I mean. So I think it's just grown me overall, allowed me to respect different connections, different orientations when it comes to everything, not just sex. Different dynamics. It's just opened me up to the idea of constructing the life and relationships that you want. I was already on that kick, but I think it really solidified that and made it true. So I look at this in other aspects. I look at it in terms of business when it comes to what I want to do. Like there are no rules. I get to structure that as well. So it's deconstructed the idea that these structures that were in place have to be passed down or that they have to be followed to a T. It's allowed me to embrace the manifestation and creation of the reality that I want rather than accepting the reality of what it is.
Yeah, I would definitely agree with you. Like, when I started questioning relationships, like, relationships are something that every human being on this earth has.
Whether they're positive, negative,
you know, or whether you have one or you don't, you not having one is still a relationship. You know, so, and we're not just talking romantic either. We're talking all relationships. So every human being on this earth has relationships with other human beings. So when I started questioning that, the entire box that we've been living in, that we've been programmed with, that we've been passing down, just exploded. And I was like, there are literally no rules to life.
We get to do this.
We get to decide exactly how we want to live, down to our relationships.
And for some people that's scary because like they like uniform things and they don't want to have to think too much. But
or a map.
You know? Yeah, you know, like if you already have the map and the blueprint towards what you say you want or you're told you should want, it's easy because you don't have to do the hard work of thinking and questioning those very concepts and constructs that were here before you. But I think the revolutionary and evolutionary way that human beings get to where we need to is by maybe taking bits and pieces of Miles, but by being brave enough to create
start
your
a
own.
new path.
Yeah. So that's what we on right now. We'll see what happens.
I would also say that, mind you, this was my first long-term relationship, as well as my first healthy relationship, as well as first polyamorous relationship.
Oh Lord.
So I was learning a lot, and one of the biggest lessons I learned was the death of my ego and selflessness. That wasn't something that was taught to me, so I had to learn it painstakingly.
Painstakingly for me.
Yeah. And it was definitely helpful. It definitely allowed me to see and just, consider you and your emotions and how I'm impacting you and things like that. And that was definitely something that needed to happen. But because of polyamory, like, I had no choice but to grow in that area. Like, I feel like the emotional growth within monogamy is stunted for a lot of people. But like polyamory, it's just too many emotions. Like, you're gonna face them at some point in time, whether you like it or not. And that's how mine was coming out, was just pop, pop, pop. And so I learned to manage my emotions. That was when I really started getting my feeling strategies together. I understood that I had anxiety, started using CBD oil. Like, it's been a fucking journey. Let me just say that. And then, changing my mentality towards abundance, deprogramming of monogamy conditioning and toxic monogamy. So it's definitely been a growing journey. I'm excited to see how I continue to grow on this polyamorous journey within myself as well as within our relationship. And time will tell.
Yeah. That's all I got on this.
That is all for today. Woo! This was a good one.
Yeah, well, thank you so much for joining us.
Yes.
Hey, I forgot to mention, let me plug myself real quick before we end this and wrap this up. Everybody out there who has any type of anxiety or just likes to listen to calming music or trance-like music, I put out a track, an instrumental called Peace to You. Peace to You. It's on all streaming platforms. Look that up. Peace to You. It's by Oso Smart. That's OSOSMARTT. Don't forget them 2 T's at the end of that thing. And listen to it, relax, close your eyes, do some meditation. Peace to You. I've been listening to it all week. People have gotten, giving me good responses on it. I'm doing more music like this where it's going to help people with just anxiety or just put them in a good mood, not even necessarily like meditation music per se, but just good vibration music. No lyrics, no nothing, so you don't gotta worry about cursing and none of that, none of that, just good vibration. So check that out, Peace to You by Oso Smart, OSOSMARTT. Always gotta make sure I spell my own thing right. Mental health for artists, mental health for everybody, mental health music, baby, that's what we're doing. I appreciate y'all for listening. Check me out.
Hey, it's the Real Family. It's your girl Rocqi.
And your boy Oso.
And thanks for being here. If you're new to the channel, be sure to subscribe and click that notification bell.
Right, because subscribing and hitting that notification bell does 2 very important things. 1, it gives you notification on our new content and make sure that you're up to date on everything that we put out every week.
Every week.
Every week.
Every week.
And then number 2, it helps your boy and your girl out with some money. You know what I'm saying? Let's just keep it honest.
It's so real, baby.
But in all seriousness, this is just like the video portion, the YouTube portion of our content. We are It's So Real podcast. So we have all these episodes just waiting for y'all on how many platforms?
11 different streaming platforms.
11.
So it's up to you to choose.
Yeah, there's no excuses. We on everything. So whatever platform you're most comfortable listening to stuff, your content on, we're right there for you. So look us up. It's So Real Podcast.
And our link tree is available on our YouTube channel. Go over there, find the platform that works best for you. Subscribe to our podcast and hear the full thing, because we have a lot more to say than what shows up on our YouTube channel.
Exactly. With that being said, check out the rest of our videos while you're here.
And be sure to subscribe.
All right, y'all. We'll catch you on the next one. Peace.
And love.
Always.